You remember like when you were in high school and like you were told not to laugh?
Right.
You know?
And all you could do is
yeah,
laugh.
and all you could do is laugh. That's the way I feel now.
That's how it used to be when we used to do pickups. Somebody
Yeah.
would start making me laugh, man. It'd be like all over. I couldn't do them.
Yeah.
I'd have to go walk away.
We used to do that too. But,
So how have things been?
good.
Now it's been, I mean,
Good.
yeah, obviously we keep in touch, but yeah, I haven't hung out. This is my first time down here to your shop. Seeing all
Brings
this.
back a lot of memories, right?
Yeah, right, it does.
Yeah.
Just seeing some of our stuff and going to the cafe. That mailbox right there.
Yeah, that's been with us forever. There's probably a couple of things in here that have been here. I don't know. I think I might even still remember the kangaroo thing that I had that was
Yeah.
on the wall.
Oh, the
there?
sign?
I think
saw it. It's over there.
Oh, it is over there.
Yeah. You saw that.
Everybody recognized that, right?
How about it?
Yeah,
But no,
that and the
that
clock.
that one there from Stone Castle. Yeah, that's where it all began.
Yeah. So we were together from. When did you start with me? In 2003?
2003.
2003.
Yeah, summer, I think July 2003.
Yeah. So I remember the first day.
Do you?
Yeah, because I remember you coming in when we were downstairs in that hole.
Yep.
Right? We had a trailer there,
Yeah,
right?
a little trailer
And
outside.
I think that's where you came in for an interview, and we talked a little bit. And then I said to you, because nobody can make gas tanks, so you said,
Right.
can you make a gas tank? And you were like, yeah, I can make a gas tank. And we were like, I don't think this guy can make a gas tank. And I think maybe a week later or so, it was a little time went between when I hired. Did I hire you right there? No.
I started 3 days later.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember we were up, we were downstairs first, and then we went up to the upstairs office. That was only this tiny little hallway. Like 2 people was max in there. There was the 3 of us. It was me, you, and Paulie. And you couldn't hardly stand in there. And we talked about, like, you asked me if I could weld, because I think you just did the deal with air gas.
Okay.
Or with Miller Welding. And you got the welders in there, but nobody could TIG weld. You used to send everything down to Romar.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
And no, I said I could weld, and then I could, do gas tanks, or I have done gas tanks. And then you called me up. I left, and then you called me up, and it was like 3 days later, I started. Yeah.
So, and you'll never forget that in a lifetime, right?
No. And I remember my first day there, actually, we, you just finished a Comanche bike. Okay. And Mikey was doing pickups for the Comanche bike, and it was upstairs then, up in the new shop.
Yeah.
That was a new shop there. We just started
Up
putting.
above the welding shop, the L wing of the welding shop.
Yep. Yeah, just
from the
restarted.
basement up to there, then we went up to there.
Just started putting stuff in there. We started getting some kind of equipment. The welders, I think, just came in, and they were still wrapped up. So, but nobody knew really how to weld. Vinny didn't weld then.
No.
And
Everybody could weld with the gun, but nobody
Right.
could
and TIG weld.
TIG weld anything.
But yeah, that was and that was even a freak thing, because I only saw where the shop was because I went up to Laconia, the bike week.
Yeah.
So it was right around that time frame. So I went up to Laconia. I saw where your exit was, off of 84. And then when I came back home, and that's when I called you, and then that's how everything started up.
And but pretty much you were a welder way before that.
I was.
You welded all different.
Yeah.
Like different.
I did industrial contracting stuff, stick welded, a lot of stick welding.
Yeah.
I did that for like 10 years.
Didn't you do something like inside boxes, like closed in?
Yeah, it was it was high temperature insulating. So we did, anything from crematoriums, to just foundries and aluminum foundries, everything like that. But it was all overhead welding, a lot of stainless welding, dripping down your chest, structural welding.
I've done them.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. They go down your boots.
In your
you just have to deal with it till it went out.
Through your boots sometimes. Yeah. But I kind of, how you have like, sometimes you're just thinking about, because those are crazy times, man. We had, we were like around the world. We kind of like had kibosh to anything. It was kind of like if somebody's, all right, get out of the way. We're here, But some of the things that are, for me, some of them, there's so many memorable things that we did,
Right.
I remember when we, I'm not sure if I was talking to you about that last night, but there was a roofing company that came in. Jim told me their name the other
Oh, the
night.
GAF.
GAF.
Yeah, we're talking about that.
And I didn't know. Well, we were on the side of the building, and they brought a shed in with their roofing on it,
Right.
with the shingles on it. And all I could think about is, let's blow this thing up, you know? So I remember sending Jim Quinn out to get like an alligator, you know, those blow-up dolls. Not
Oh, for the
dolls,
pool.
but
For the pool.
For pools,
Yep.
the big ones. We would fill them with oxygen. I remember saying to him, he put it in there, and their whole staff was there, and
Yeah.
I think there was a fireman company there because they were going to put it on fire and see how good the shingles were. And I remember putting that thing in there, and I said, they were ready to light the fuse. I said, put one more in there, you know. And everybody was standing out there, and when it blew, there was like splinters. The thing blew out everywhere, and the roof stayed intact. Not one shingle came off thing. And like afterwards, I realized it was because it's kind of like the McCuff bike. Remember the McCuff bike? They made
That was for the fuel filler.
yeah, the fuel filler. And Mikey was filming. They were filming Mikey putting gas in it to show that when it hit a certain point, it stopped.
Yeah, and it didn't work.
But well, because we had that can, like it was like can the big where you cranked it like that, but it had an electric something on it, and
Oh, the ground.
yeah, and it didn't shut.
Yeah.
So we was like pumping the gas. The guy was sitting with his investors,
Yeah.
and the gas just started shooting all over the place. Oh man,
No,
there was
we-
so many things, you
We
know.
blew a lot of stuff up. A lot of stuff. I'm glad, you know what, I mean, good thing nobody ever got hurt, like we were saying.
Yeah.
You know, somebody easily could have got
Because
hurt
safety
bad.
wasn't first.
No, it was bad. Like now you look at it and it's like, that was a lot of bad stuff that we did.
Yeah.
You know, it was great at the time. And with you being in charge of everything, it kind of really helped.
Yeah, the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go, boys. All right, let's go.
Yeah, let's go. No, it was
But
stress,
yeah, you're
stress
right.
relief.
Nobody really get hurt. I remember the time that we were up at my farm there, and I had a dump truck, a bigger sized dump truck there. It was a white dump truck, and it had the glass in the center of like a sunroof, glass
Right.
sunroof. And again, we did the same thing. We filled up one of those alligators or whatever it was there, and again we put 2 in there, and the film crew was kind of used to this, you know, because we would like Discovery would be like, you guys can't do that anymore.
Yeah, it's like, we're going to do
And
that.
yeah, and the more they said we can't do it, and they even sent the guy down to make sure that we didn't do
Right.
that stuff, and like we'd blow up something and he'd come around like. He would never, you know, we would always seem to get around that. But anyhow, at that when we blew that, lit that off and blew that up in that truck, the sunroof blew so high went out you couldn't see it.
Yeah.
That's how high
I
it
remember
went.
that, just blew
And
down.
the door on the left side blew off. It blew off the hinges, and one of the camera guys, thank God he was like around the side of the tree, because the door blew off and just like smashed into the tree.
Those are funny. Man, we did just a lot of crazy stuff there. A lot of crazy stuff.
But
Good
even
stuff.
bikes, you know, like some of the bikes that we did, like the bike that we built for the funeral home. Who was that?
Heinzelman.
Heinzelman. We built a complete.
Yeah, there's a whole. You had to lay a casket in.
Yeah, yeah.
And,
The
and
rollers.
he still
that
uses
was-
it.
Yeah,
He used it
still
yesterday.
used that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think that was the most difficult bike that we built.
That was because like a lot of that stuff. I mean, like anybody else, you're just winging it. You know, you just start building.
Yeah,
and
but it's such a big.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You got this big carriage like on what one single wheel.
Right, and it was with a chopper.
Yeah.
That was the tough part because we had to make the chopper handle, you know, towing pulling such a big thing on
I
its
think we
side.
had to speak to somebody in Germany that did something.
We did something
like that.
with the front end because we changed the geometry on the front end.
Yeah.
For it. Yeah, we did a special front end for it. Yeah, it worked out great. Like I said, he still uses it. I worked on it at my shop. You know, he's brought it in
Oh, you
already.
did?
Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
a
'cause
great guy.
He is, Dave. Yeah, because he's pretty local to me up there. So he
Yeah.
brought it in. But yeah, so how are things? How are things here?
Good.
I mean, Florida.
Good. Florida's
got a
good.
farm down here. You got a
Got
bunch
a
of
farm.
animals.
Yeah.
Joan's doing good.
Yeah, everybody's doing good. It's quite a different change from New York to here, and it was a big move. We had to move that shop. You remember how much stuff we had in that shop was ridiculous. We had like them 30-yard containers. We just filled up like 10, 15 of them.
Yeah.
It was a lot. It was a big move.
Yeah, that's a lot of stuff.
But it was a good move for me, because listen, bikes down here are so plentiful. Like New York's is good for the small period of time that you could ride, but over here you can pretty much ride all year round. So
you probably got less people riding in the summer down here.
You do.
Yeah, I mean, just because of the heat.
Yeah.
I would think.
I like to go up north and ride my bike this time of the year.
Sure. You do it the opposite way when you live down here.
Yeah.
Everybody's snowbirds up there.
But you're trading off 3 months for like 7 months, because 7, 8, or even 8 months. This weather is like 3 months out of the year.
Yeah.
And then the rest is all
Nice.
80,
Yeah.
80s.
See, that's comfortable. Yeah.
And you could ride or do whatever. You could still go swimming or whatever you want to do.
How's it for you, like for your health-wise, being down here, the humidity?
I don't know. It doesn't. Listen, when it's this hot, like go out, feed the animals, or you know as well as I do, you pretty much got a farm too. There's always putting up fence. I put up hundreds and hundreds of feet of fence. You're always putting up fence, separate the cows, do you know what I mean? Or fixing the fence. It just doesn't last forever. So, but for the most part, I'm for 75. I think I do all right.
Yeah. Still moving, still building.
Yeah, still doing it. So
all right. Can't complain about that. Yeah, still working on the farm, still doing all that stuff.
You didn't have kids when I met you.
No.
Now how old are they?
You got 8 and 10. So it's been, just because Lucy, the little one, she was born is when I left, just because I was too much for Brittany at home. So it's been 8 years that I've been gone.
Is it 8?
It's 8 years, yeah, 16. 2016 I left.
Goes by like that.
It does. It does, yeah. It's crazy.
But so that was kind of not a physical move, but it was kind of a big step to kind of move, go out of the shop and then go get another job, which now is with Harley. And so that, things were getting, even at the end there, was getting kind of shaky with everything that was going on in the shop. The management and all that stuff was kind of like really out of control. So anybody that has a job for 8 months or 8 years, you get planted in. We had good times, man.
Oh yeah.
We went around the world. We probably experienced stuff that people would never experience in a lifetime. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know some of the stuff. Yeah, it was just like crazy.
And I tell people, you could give me all the paper you want, I could never, for the rest of my life, I could never write down everything that we did. That's how much stuff we did.
Just one picture came up, or somebody showed it to me, and I actually totally forgot about it. You remember when we went up to Lake Placid? We did the bobsledding.
Yeah.
You remember that?
Yeah.
I got this photo of like us, and we were with a couple of professional bobsledders that we went down the runs with, and we went down the women's, I think it was the women, or no, the following weekend was the women's World Cup, or whatever that they had up there. And I remember our times were faster that we were going the day we were up there than their times the following weekend. So I mean, we weren't pussyfooting around. We were fucking around. And
everything that we did, we did full bore.
Yeah, that was intense. I just remember the G's. I think maybe it's me and Cody or whoever's in the sled with me, and then 2 other guys. But just the G-force, it's going in the corners and doing that. Yeah. That was that's one thing that stands out as being like really cool that we did.
Yeah, I had the brakes on most of it.
Yeah.
But I think you went in a jet too, right?
We did. Me and Vinny did. Yeah, I think F-16.
Somebody got sick. You or him?
Yeah, I almost did. I didn't. I came close though.
He did though, I think.
No, he didn't.
Oh, he didn't?
No, it was pretty intense though. But we had to go through like all day of training beforehand and practice breathing and getting everything going. And I got really lightheaded up there.
I can't even do that in a car.
No.
I get like.
It was the spins. That's what did it for me.
Oh, they spun around.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, that's where it's like, oh, okay, no.
Not me, man.
But it was great. Actually, we did that the same week. We went flying in the F-16 and the bobsledding the same week. That was very intense.
Yeah, that's right. We did, yeah.
It was really cool. But yeah, just stuff like that. I mean, people, you forget half the things that you got to do that were
Yeah, you
just
really
like
do.
out of control.
You really do, man.
Fun stuff.
I mean, we were in Africa. We went to Malaysia,
Did a lot of Europe.
Japan.
Did those.
All of Europe. Did you do Europe?
I
with
didn't
us?
go to Europe. No, I stayed back. I had some of my projects to work
Some
on
of
there.
the people, like you and McGregor.
Yeah.
Yeah. We did the ride from the shop to the city.
We
Those
did.
guys rode around the world.
Yep.
And they
what was
stopped
it?
at our
Long,
shop.
long way around.
That's right.
You know what? I've never seen it, and I think I have a copy of the book, but I never saw. Somebody gave me a DVD of it.
I think I did.
But it's in a different format, and I've never actually watched it.
Yeah, I think I watched it.
But we did the ending scene with them.
Yeah.
That was good. That was a
Yeah.
cool experience. Just all the all the filming with the helicopters and just.
How about we had our own helicopter?
Yeah. That was cool.
Right?
Yeah, that was nice.
We even had a jet for a while.
He did. I know. That's
We had a
when,
private jet.
when we used to do
did
the road shows.
And we did a deal. We built a bike for some company or a couple bikes, and they let us use their jet. Mm-hmm. It was a Lear.
That was nice.
That was nice. Yeah.
That was a good time.
And the bus, I had the Prevost bus.
Dude, in the very beginning, that was like my home. I'd stay in that
Oh
bus.
yeah, right. That's right.
Yeah, we had a park down there with the at Stone Castle. We'd have a park there, and then like on the weekend, because we worked Saturdays, and I didn't feel like driving home Friday night a lot of times, so we would just always crash in the bus. And remember, the power would go out, or we'd run out of fuel.
In the wintertime.
Yeah, we'd freeze our ass off in there. It was like $1 million bus. Not a bad
Yeah,
place
it
to have to
was.
chill.
It was. It was. I loved them. I loved traveling like that. You know,
That-
you
that
had the
was cool.
dog, and
Yep.
you know, you just couldn't do it because you had to be in California, and you know what I mean. Just too many places.
Yeah, you had a couple of those.
Yeah. But
And then the trailer that matched.
yeah, that was
Remember that?
like the same height as the.
Yep.
It was a 24-foot double decker. Had a bathroom in it.
Yeah, the whole side came out.
The whole problem with all that was that if you got stuck somewhere, you wouldn't know where to begin. You know.
That was cool though.
But there were good memories, you know.
Oh, yeah. Fun stuff.
Yeah.
So now, what's latest?
Doing doing this chopper over here for kind of a foundation that helps veterans not build houses, but if they need work done, they'll go in there and the crew and fix up this stuff. So basically, that's what I'm building that bike for, and the other bike I'm doing for it's a fire. They're a fire. I forget the organizations, but they're also involved in military. And then I'm doing a bagger, also, mostly for military. You know.
That's good.
But yeah, no,
Yeah,
I enjoy it. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah, over the years, I mean, we did a lot of stuff, a lot of military, a lot of tributes,
A lot of tributes.
a lot of fundraising.
I think that you know, a lot of people always ask you what your favorite bike is, you know, and I always tell them, you know,
The next one.
tell them the next one. Yeah.
Right.
But that gets old after a while. But I think they know. I think they were probably almost on the same page when I say the David Mann bike. I'm not sure if that's your favorite bike. or
Yeah,
not.
it's definitely one of them. Yeah, I got
But you know, when I look at like my favorite bike was the reindeer bike, and not because of what it looked like, although it did look
Right.
pretty cool. We had a lot of fun doing that.
We did. We got to do that in
We
the
had
steel
a
shop.
lot of fun doing that.
That was
man.
nice.
We did it. Mikey, I have a clip on it too, and Mikey. Like, I remember he was just like annoying. He never did anything, but
Right.
he'd bug you, you know? And I kept telling him to beat it, and he was putting up like a little Christmas tree. I don't know if you remember. He was putting up a little Christmas tree all the time, and it was annoying me, you know? And
I remember the tree.
and then he got a picture of me, like the top star on the tree.
Oh, and then he put you up on there. Yeah. Okay, I remember that.
And then, what was cool about that? We built a sled. Remember the sled we
I do,
built?
I
Yeah,
do.
like a real sled we built. And we took that out. It had a hitch on it. Put a hitch on the reindeer bike.
Yep.
and we dressed up as Santa Claus, and I don't know, Mikey was an elf or whatever it was, and we got a bunch of presents.
I remember going around to all the houses.
And we went down into town, rode the bike down into town, knocked on doors, gave everybody presents. But also, the 9/11 had happened, and we built the 9/11 bike. It was a big tribute bike. But I remember with the reindeer bike, we were doing something for the kids that lost their parents or whoever
in 9/11.
in 9/11, and they were waiting in downtown Firehouse for us to come, you know. And I was dressed up as Santa Claus. He had the elf, but we rode the bike in the winter. We rode the bike, him on the back, into the firehouse. But on the way down, it started snowing. It was like, but you know, the thing of it is for me, it was like those feel-good builds were kind of the best. You know what I mean? The POW bike, all that stuff hit home, you know?
Oh, sure. That's why I saw it here. It's the first time I seen it. You know what? The last time I saw it, I brought my daughter up to the shop.
In Newburgh.
In Newburgh, yeah. I think I had already left, but I came up there to pick something up. I think one of the bikes. I was picking up a bike, and we came up and I showed it to her because my cousin's name is on the fender. Yeah, it was really cool. I got a picture of that.
Yeah, I mean, just to get the opportunity. I remember going down to the wall there.
Yeah.
It's amazing, you know what I mean? It's like when you look at all the kids that were on that wall, 18 years old, 17 years old.
Can you imagine? You know, it's hard to imagine.
Yeah. And the fireman bike, we had the fireman bike. I think we put all the names on the fender.
On the POW bike.
On the POW bike, and on the fireman bike, we just put the
343 on there.
Yeah, 343.
Yeah.
But those were the heartfelt bikes that I felt anyhow, you know. And we never got paid for those bikes. We did it because we felt the need for the recognition. Even the NYPD bike. The only good thing is no matter where I go in the city, I don't ever get a ticket.
Yeah, good.
And if I'm in traffic, they'll escort me.
Right. That's good.
Let me ask you a question. You remember like when we did the NYPD bike and we rode from the shop down to the city and they shut all the roads down?
Oh, yeah.
They shut the throughway down. They didn't allow nobody to come off the ramps.
The escorts we had
That was crazy.
Were nuts.
Even with the fireman bike, we got escorts that were like nobody gets that. The president don't get that.
I'll tell you, those cops. I mean, they're the most excellent riders there is, and the way they would handle their bikes and just like rip through people.
Amazing, right?
Ah, dude, it was cool to experience all that. It was fun.
Yeah.
A lot of good stuff.
So many. Like it's hard to, like there's times when you remember. Like right now I'm drawing some blanks. When we were out to dinner last night, I was like everything was coming to mind of the stuff that we used to do, you know. But
yeah, just so much over the years. A lot of stuff. I mean, there's like you said, a lot of bikes you didn't get paid for. A lot of people never knew that just because it was on TV. They thought, it's $1 million deal.
Yeah, they're making all kinds of money.
Yeah, it's like, nah, that wasn't every bike. I mean, a lot of bikes, yeah, but that was different way. But there's a lot of bikes you built that were just for building.
Yeah, and I think too is people. I think people think you're born into that, like you went to school for that, you know.
Right.
And what they don't really realize is we're blue collar guys.
We all started in the garage.
We all started in the garage, or I had a welding business for 30 years, and you know the way I got involved in the show is I got a phone call. You know what I mean? They seen a picture of me and they said this guy's looks like a bike guy. Give him a call.
Yeah.
That's how that whole thing started. You know, and I think that people, you know, when I think people invested a lot in the show because we had so many. We had the viewership. We had families, mostly families watching that show.
Well, sure.
You know, because there was a lot of identification.
Because
there's a lot of crazy families out there.
It's like, I could so relate. I had a relationship just like that with my parents or my father, and it's like or even the inspiration. I mean, I hear a lot of people, a lot of younger kids, whoever, come up to our shop, and there we have the viewing window, everything. People can look in, watch you doing what you're doing. Yeah, a lot of people knock on the window, like, or a salesman come like, hey, this person wants to meet you. Like, oh, thank you so much. I used to watch you growing up and everything like that, and you inspired me. And, you're the reason why I started working on bikes, or you're the reason why I started, working with my hands or welding or, whatever it is. But it's cool to hear that from people, and still today. I mean, it's been, it's been a long time.
You know what? What's funny is, like, I thought the show was definitely dysfunctional. Nobody did, like, you couldn't make that stuff up.
No.
You know what I mean? And I was in a restaurant in New York, and there was this young guy. I don't know how old he was, maybe 30 or something like that. And I knew of course, most people know who I am. And he was looking over at the table and everything. And so when I got up, I went over to his table and I said, "Hope you guys enjoy your meal and whatnot." And he said, "Man, you don't even have a clue." He said, "You made my childhood." I'm like saying to myself, "Whoa."
I don't know if this is good or bad.
Yeah, right. But I guess everybody took away something different from the show, But I think everybody fell in love with the show, and I also think that they fell in love with the characters. Because it was, were there,
there was a good diversity
Christian
of people.
there, everybody was there, and everybody played a certain role, and everybody could pick a character,
right?
Because they got so involved. I remember doing Letterman's show like 6 times. He was the biggest fan.
Yeah.
He had every single toy, every T-shirt. He would talk about our show. Like, you'd be watching the show and he'd be talking about the show. And these guys, he was a pretty funny guy.
Oh, yeah.
And
Dave was great.
he was a big fan, yeah.
Dave sent me a Christmas present once.
Did he really?
He did, yeah.
What did he send you?
A sweater. It said
Did he
Letterman
really?
on the back, yeah.
That son of a bitch. I didn't get one. That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah. It was right after our wedding, actually.
Yeah. And we
Yeah,
got
Dave
got
was
to
cool.
meet a lot of cool people. Burt Reynolds, I was on Leno, and actually Trump and Burt Reynolds were on the show with me.
Oh, were they?
Yeah, that's how I got to do the bike for Trump.
Oh, okay.
Because when he was on the show, I said, "You need to buy a bike." And it was years later, but he wound up.
Oh, nice.
We wound up doing.
Yeah, I actually didn't even
bike
realize.
with
Didn't have any idea how that even started.
Bill Murray.
Bill.
I know Bill was a little bit annoying to you, but I thought he was.
Oh, he was great.
He was funny.
He was there a long time.
Yeah, yeah. Some people like to hang around, don't they?
Yeah. But
It's
I mean,
kind of like
it's,
you got to go now.
Yeah. No, Bill was, Bill's Bill. That was cool.
Doors, man. We used to go through doors like.
You get a pallet of them.
Right? We used to have them stocked downstairs.
Just to keep on
Every
replacing
day you
them.
would go through a door, right? Or 2 doors. Remember the one time we stacked like 5 or 6 doors?
Oh, yeah. What the hell?
And Jim Quinn made this like
Oh, it was the cart with the V on it.
ram on
Yes.
it, yeah. And we went through like 7 doors at one time. I remember. My name is Earl. That show. Well, they came down from California, and they were. Remember, the office had 4 different doors to go in, and they just got in from California, and they were like sleeping on the couch. And me, Mikey, Paul, I forget, maybe Jason. We're gonna run through the door, all at the same time. So all of us busted through the door, and those guys were sleeping, and they were like covered with splinters, like the doors just like shattered.
Just exploded everywhere all over them. Nice. No, it was a lot of fun stuff. A lot of cool stuff. Many years of it.
I'm trying to think of what would be the best thing that blew up. Oh, so when we did like a barbecue in the side of the shop there with Evan.
Yeah.
And we had a pool.
Oh yeah.
With Christian.
I remember that.
And
I have a video of that.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah.
I do too. And I think we put half a stick of dynamite.
I think that's what we had in there
was
because
a
I
half
lit
a
it.
stick of dynamite.
Yeah, I put it in there with my cigarette fuse.
That was like, it looked like whatchamacallit, like a tidal wave. When that thing blew,
Right.
the water just like shot.
Yeah, that was cool. That's when he had his camper out back.
Yeah. And what did we have? We had one of those T-shirt guns, and we were putting softballs in it and shooting them to the back.
He took a lot of abuse there.
Nick, we were like in the office, and we were watching the TV that we had, the screen that you can see everything. And Nick went around the back with a fork truck. I don't know if you remember. And he's stuck in that camper, and like he's watching.
I don't remember this.
I'm telling him this is like an educational thing. And Nick goes, that camper puts the forks right through it, and he's driving it around to where we put the pool, where we blew the thing up.
Oh, jeez.
Dude, it was so crazy, man.
A lot of fun stuff.
And there wasn't one person there. It was kind of like if there was a mountain, and we said, and we're going to jump off the mountain, somebody would say, "I'm going first."
Right.
Right?
Let's
Nobody
go.
cared.
Let's go.
Nobody
Nope.
cared. No.
No. Now it's pretty much wide open.
Yeah.
What can I?
So now that you're at your shop in PA, you have your own shop there. Because I've been up there. I was up there a couple years back, right?
Yeah. Well, last year I
maybe,
think you're
yeah.
up. You
Yeah.
up and you came up with Mikey.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I brought Mikey up, right?
You
Yeah.
came up one time.
And so you got a nice shop there, man.
Yeah, we're staying busy up there doing we do a lot of repair stuff, but a lot of ground up builds or new builds from Harley, brand new bikes, tear down and do them up. But it's nice.
And it's close to your house, right?
It is. It's not 2-hour ride each way no more.
Rick used to drive 2 hours to the shop every day. He'd be the first guy there every day. First guy every day.
Workout.
Feed the dogs.
Yep.
Whatever
feed your
animals
dogs,
we have
right.
laying around. Go to the gym, and then, of course,
Maybe work 8 or 10 hours, sometimes 10 or 12 hours, whatever, and drive back home.
yeah.
Do it all over again.
Yeah, and I think that the other thing too is I think people, the pressure was, we had to have good times because if you didn't, you would have lost your mind. You know what I mean? So it was like even like nobody. It was a situation. Can I get a raise or can I blow up something? We'll blow something up. That's what. And everybody felt great after that. But people don't realize the pressure. Pressure, because it was real.
Oh yeah.
It was real. Every show was real because you only had 5 weeks to build those bikes,
Right.
and you had an unveil for a big corporation. You could not just not show up.
Right.
You had to do whatever you had to do to get it done.
You did. For me, I always liked when we were jammed up, and shit would go wrong, and you'd be just like, you'd be frantic just trying to get everything done that you need to do, but you still had to do everything, to the top of how you had to do it.
Here's the thing though. We got everyone done.
Yeah.
We did not miss one unveil, and we're talking 1,000 or better.
There's a
we
lot.
never missed one unveil.
Right.
Right?
That's pretty
and
good.
the pressure was built. You'd be building your motor on the way to wherever
Right.
you unveiled the bike to get it
Yeah,
there.
that didn't mean that you had it ready when it was in the trailer.
Yeah.
I mean, we were still working on it there, even when we unload it.
Yeah.
To do the unveil, we'd be doing little tweaks, finishing something up or whatever, and that's how it was.
And you're dealing with so many different personalities, like you have Jim Quinn, he's the machinist. He's got a way of his vision of how it's got to be done. You got Christian, you got Paul, you got everybody. I remember one time coming out of this, because my office was right there when you guys were working, and everybody was hanging around the headlight. Like, which way are we going to turn her? Which way? And I remember saying, just
do it.
Just do it, or just leave it alone,
Yeah.
But everybody had a creative mind, you know what I mean? If you really think about it, there's no way in hell that I would ever take credit for that, because you had to have that team. And we didn't have that team right away.
Right.
It took a while to build that team. But the team we had of people is the reason why we were able to get that done.
Right.
And the equipment. The equipment.
Yeah.
But you had Quinn. He was that guy was brilliant. I mean, he could machine anything.
Yeah, we did. I mean, we could make anything. It's amazing. Like all the people over the years, like, oh, you're cookie cutters. You just buy everything off the
Yeah,
shelf.
yeah.
It's like a lot of them people. If you would have took a day, came in the shop, and see everything that we made,
And what went on?
Yeah, it would be a total different outlook. And unfortunately, a lot of people didn't see it that way, but. I mean, in reality, that's how it was. We made so much stuff. We made as much stuff as we possibly could, and there was a lot.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes we made. I mean, I don't know if we ever made a front end. We probably did.
We did.
We did.
We did quite a few times. We made a couple girders. We did springers. We did remember the aluminum ones that we milled the whole front end.
Yeah.
We did the Swedish front end with the cables. I don't know if you remember that one that we built.
I do.
It was a front swing arm. We did that one. Even for that, no, that was that bike for China. The dragon bike.
Oh, the dragon bike.
But I mean, that front end, I mean, people thought of it, whatever, but it was, there's a lot of fucking engineering that went into that thing, man. It was crazy.
That I think that was the first time we made that out of carbon fiber.
Yeah, it was all carbon fiber.
Nobody ever did anything with carbon fiber before.
But there was so much stuff in so many different directions that we did. People would be like, oh my God, really?
Yeah.
No.
And we had we did for pretty much the biggest corporations in the world. HP. we did 6 Super Bowl commercials.
Yeah. Those were great. Super Bowl commercials.
Those were a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember the very first one that we did.
What was that? That was
it was with Mikey's Matador.
Yeah, but who did we do that
HP?
for?
Hewlett Packard?
Not HP.
No.
No, it was just a company just like HP though.
Yeah, I'm
I
not sure.
I can't remember.
That was cool.
That Matador is still hanging around.
Is it?
I think it's at Vinny's shop.
Really?
Yeah.
I remember the not production crew, but all the cooks and all the chefs that were there. They had the trailer set up, and there was just making food for everybody all the time.
At the commercial.
At the shop. We were filming the commercial at the shop.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was cool. We ate good. It was a lot of crazy stuff.
The other thing I think was really cool, we did the crash the cars. We got a bunch of cars from the
junkyard.
From the junkyard, and we had a derby.
Yeah.
Just smashing. That was fun too.
And jousting.
Jousting. That was that. I'm surprised nobody got killed in that.
That would have been a good one to get really seriously hurt. Yeah. Okay. Now that I got to come down, check everything out. So as far as actually how you're doing things here, what do you have going on now?
Well, we're doing a new show, and what we're doing is we're bringing in builders from everywhere, and basically they'll bring their bike here, and we pretty much just talk about, like I'll talk about where'd you start, and what type of bikes, what nuts, bolts, whatever it is, but we do a complete just kind of like almost like a talk session, and just like look at bikes and see, not critique them, but to see the different styles that builders have, and honestly, to give them the recognition that they deserve, because as well as I do, there's so many builders out there that are phenomenal builders. They just never get the recognition.
Absolutely not. There's people around the country.
So that's basically what we're doing.
Yeah. Now, see, like when I first talked to you about it, I thought it was going to be more of a critique. Bring it in, you're going to pick it apart, or you do like, you don't like, maybe you should do this a little bit different, something like that. But it's not like that.
No.
Which is cool, because it gives a lot better vibe about it. I mean, just like you said, having people come in, they're like, oh my God, I can't believe I'm here. And like you're looking at their bike as something that they crafted, and you're praising them for it. And you're telling them what you like about it, and how they do this, how'd you do this, how'd you get into it, and all that stuff. So it's cool. It's a really good approach to it.
And
I think,
and listen, I learned from it too.
Oh, sure.
You know what I mean? Like I see, really, you got to remain teachable. You know what I mean? And you talk to these guys and their approach and how they do stuff, or you see something. You know what I mean? Like it sparks your mind too. You know?
Sure. Yeah, you're never too old to learn.
No.
You never know everything. But so far everything that I've seen, with the guys that have come in,
it's
cool. It's a good variety of people, and it's good to hear their story.
And it's cool that there's all different bikes.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I don't know if you could hang out a bit, but it'd be nice if you could hang out and, when you go over a few things and be around when we bring some of these bikes in and talk to some of these builders. I'm sure they'd love to talk to you too.
Yeah, no, definitely. No, I'll hang out. Sure. Sounds good to me.
All right.